Hey, I'm glad we could get together today before I leave. It's not often that I get to go for a walk on a Saturday morning. Usually I'm at the computer working and getting ready for some show or writing something. Actually, it's pretty important to me right now because I'm leaving. I have an engagement in Tokyo at the Grand Hyatt in Roppongi Hills, and they tell me it is going to be an extraordinary part of my life, and I believe it. But I'll be back. I'll be back, let's see, I'll be leaving October, and I'll be back in January. And I think it's the beginning of a brand new adventure. It's the first day of the rest of my life, as cliche as that sounds, but it is. They say that during a crisis is when you find out who your real friends are. But I also think that when something extraordinary happens to you, when something really beautiful and really wonderful happens, I think that's also when you find out who your real friends are, because they are the ones that didn't doubt that it was going to happen. They're the ones that supported you on the process and the journey to get there. So I do have to say thank you to you and to everybody who has been so supportive and has believed in me, sometimes even when I don't. Milagro we're not a Latin rock band, and we're not a salsa band. I know, I get that look that you just given me, I get that all the time. What the hell are you then? Milagro is original and traditional Latin sounds from the Americas. Who is Carmen Milagro? Well, my show is really about, it's a musical journey, really. It's, the name itself means miracle. I think that when you come to see the Carmen Milagro show, you're going to hear the original sounds of the songs that I've written. A lot of it is based on places that I've traveled to, like Spain or Mexico or Cuba. And you're going to hear also some of the traditional Latin sounds, songs that I grew up with. There's a song that I absolutely fell in love with called Un Viejo Amor. Apparently my grandmother used to sing that song about 70 years ago and made my mom cry when I told her that I was planning on doing this song, and it turns out that it was my grandmother's favorite song. Un viejo amor. Call it what you like, but that's what Carmen Milagro does. She shares her life stories with you, and she just does it in a way where I'm singing. What has influenced my sound and the way I write? It's a little bit different than most of the people that I know. While I was growing up in the Mission District, I was born on Isis, and we lived on, at one point we lived on Alabama Street between 23rd and 24th. That Latin rock sound was coming out of my neighborhood. So bands like Azteca and Santana and Malo, you know, was starting to happen. But at the same time, I was listening to Foghat and Lynyrd Skynyrd. I remember at the age of 14 discovering this artist, this genius, and it was sort of an odd thing for a 14-year-old girl to be listening to Al Di Meola records. But I did, and I still have those albums. I have 8 LPs, and he was my hero. The idea that a musician could play his instrument and there was no vocals, it was, you know, this fusion of Latin and rock and this amazing genius that he is. He changed my life. Listening to his music absolutely changed my life. And I told myself that one day I would meet my hero. And I'm very lucky. He's one of my dearest friends, and he's my mentor. I have to tell you, sometimes it's a little hard doing this thing that you love, that you believe in, that you're passionate about, and you run into some people that don't believe in you as much as you would like them to. I've been told that Milagro would never play at the top of the mark here in San Francisco. We did. I was told that I wouldn't get to play at the San Jose Fairmont. We did. Not bad for a gringa. I knew that you were going to ask me why I chose the title Not Bad for a Gringa for my CD. And there's actually a very good reason. Because I was born here in San Francisco in the Mission District, when I go back to visit my family in El Salvador, which is where I recorded the CD, I'm always the gringa in the family. But I think that most people think of a gringa as being blue-eyed and blonde, but for us in my family, the joke is that I'm the gringa.